Hi there, it's Roy from Sulphur City Sabers. In this video we'll be looking at the design of the Covert arm model that we currently stock, and what a beautiful model it is. Of note, this is not an operation care and maintenance video. For one of those, just refer to the other links in the product details. This simply gives a brief overview of the model itself. So first off, it's a nice compact saber, which is why it's called the Covert arm. It's the kind of shorter model that a diplomat may keep secreted upon their body. So for a should they be force sensitive and trained in the saber arts, of course. So yes, it's a very compact little model. More of a one-hander, I would say. So if you're a fan of the Makashi style of saber wielding, this would be a great saber for that. That's not to say I have quite large hands. That's not to say you can't quite comfortably drop into two-handed use as well. But you might not find it as suitable for two-handed dueling as you would another one of our other models of ours, which are maybe 2 or 3 centimeters longer. Okay, let's have a look at the saber breakdown. Oh, these are great for staffs, by the way. If you ever want a staff, a couple of these would be absolutely awesome. Staffs are great when they tend to have a shorter metal version. Couple that with a couple of 30-inch blades or 32-inch blades, and you have yourself a great staff. Bonuses, of course, the pommel doubles up as a coupler. It's actually threaded on both sides. So if you bought 2 of these, you just simply take a coupler off one of them, screw the second one on, and there's your staff. Should note, of course, these are beautifully designed. These are budget sabers, so you might not have the 2 saber buttons will line up in a staff configuration. So that's just something to be wary of. Let's break this down. Breaks down into 4 parts. Like so, we have our nice milled emitter, we have our switch section, we have the body, and we have our pommel. So this is running the Xeno 3 RGB baselit board. This is a very well featured board. It comes preloaded with a plethora of fonts, certainly more than enough to keep the average saber wielder occupied and satisfied. It does come with an SD card, so you can optionally put in an SD card with some additional sound fonts, or maybe use it to load a few configuration tweaks as well. So yeah, altogether a great little model. It doesn't come with a Covert wheel, and so you're not going to be able to add a Covert wheel to this in order to hang it from your belt. So this one is just used as a cool little wielder. So the milling on here is really nice. It's a really nice technical help. Okay, so lots of linear lines, lots of straight milling. It's for those saber wielders who like a more futuristic design on their sabers. Comes with a very nice switch and a recharge port. Quite a subtle recharge port. Gone are the days where the switch and recharge port assemblies used to be bolted on with 2 hideously ugly Allen head bolts there and there. It's a very svelte system now, where the chassis is inserted, kept in place by the chassis retention screw, which is just here, and then this little grub screw pushes the whole switch and recharge board assembly into its recesses. In terms of blade retention holes, there are 1, 2, 3 of them right up at the end of the emitter, and it's a nice deep emitter as well. If you're using a heavy grade blade, which is what we ship with all of our Sabers, you can probably get away with just using the one retention hole, and I would use that one at the back, in line with the rest. That's enough to keep a heavy grade blade in place. If you ever wanted to put in a lighter mid-grade blade, then that's where the additional retention holes come in handy. Mid-grade blades tend to have thinner walls, so a little bit more squirmy under the pressure of a retention screw, so having 3 retention screws really helps lock them in. So install options. So these will come with the Xeno 3 RGB baselet, the Xeno 3 Xenopixel, and obviously the Profi 2.2 cores. So you have the RGB baselet core, which is great for dueling. And then if you want a saber that's a little bit more fancy for show, for cosplay, just to own one, then you have your 2 pixel options. As always, we don't rate our near pixel blades for dueling, nor would we rate any near pixel blade for dueling. I've dueled for 6 years and I've never seen a near pixel blade that hasn't prematurely failed under those conditions. So if you are a dueler, then you would definitely need to go with the RGB bracelet model. Now the cores themselves are actually swappable between compatible designs, so all you need to do is just remove the grub screw and the retention screw here. You can slide the core out and put it into another compatible saber design. So that is something worth considering for the future. So there we have it, the Covert on a nice compact technical looking hilt that I personally love. I like futuristic looking saber hilts, and yes, that's going to be a popular one, I think. Any questions? Feel free to ask. Thanks for your time.